Ridgeside K9 on the way to the SPCA to evaluate a super aggressive Rottweiler. They came in, we did a memorandum of agreement with them that will help out. Hopefully one dog a month we'll try to do, obviously free of charge. And basically I said, just give us the worst ones you can't touch. So they said, we have a Rottweiler there right now, pretty much nobody can touch him, multiple bites. He kind of lives in the kennel. There are multiple kennels that are connected. I think there's one girl there right now that can get him out, and that's about it. So we're on the way to the SPCA, and we're gonna evaluate this Rottweiler. Again, he was an owner turn-in. He has multiple bites. He's bitten multiple people in the kennel. And yeah, so let's roll. Ridgeside K9 guys, coming to you from the SPCA with this Rottweiler we got a call about. And we're gonna see how he acts. Been feeding him, but he was launching, coming out, acting a little crazy. So let's get him going. I don't always know how I get wrapped up in some things, but when the SPCA calls and says they have this awesome dog, but who has bitten multiple people, and it's just misunderstood, we go. So now we're in it. I don't know how I'm in it. I don't even know why I'm in this, because I don't need to be involved in this. But it's okay, man. It makes me feel good to help out. So we're going to see. Truth is, he was super easy, right? Gave him some food. I got a touch stick with me just to keep me from getting bit. And as soon as he programmed the food, showed him the leash, all he wants to do is get out of that kennel, to say the least. And he clearly knows what a leash is. Go super. He knows the leash means freedom. And he took the food, jumped on the leash, and we're off. So we're back in the back alleys behind the SPCA right now. And yeah, we'll figure this out. So how do I evaluate this dog? It's an important question, right? He has multiple bites, unadoptable, at the SPCA. How do I evaluate him? I don't. I take him for a walk. Stupidest thing you can do is get in like a small little room that he has a lot of power in, he has a lot of control in, he has a lot of known associations with his kennel, you know, because I mean, when I went up, he was bouncing off the kennel the first couple times, and I would have said he was aggressive, right? Showing his teeth, prior history of bites, bouncing off the kennel, looks dangerous. Look at this dog. He doesn't look so dangerous out here. Want to walk. If I can get him to associate myself with movement, then I'll be able to see the real dog that comes out, right? But I'm not being reckless, and I suggest you don't be reckless either. You get hurt. I use touch sticks a lot. Little tiny plastic bat right here. That way, as I'm going, I can reach out like this, give him a little stroke, give him a little touch, a little tactile reinforcement, but I'm not using my hand. Never get your hands bit as a dog trainer, man. It's one of the worst places to get bit. Try to avoid it at all costs. Strong dog. He ain't missing no meals. The SPCA feeds their dogs well, that's for sure. But we'll see what we can hope for this guy's future. SPCA, and I got mixed feelings, so I came with a plan, and the plan is going to be, we're going to do probably 3 to 7 lessons at the SPCA with the dog. Hopefully between 3 and 7 lessons, the dog will have a really positive association with myself or another trainer that I bring up to the SPCA, where we can get him out of there, get him into a van, get him into a crate, get him back to our facility, do a couple lessons at the facility for association and exposure, where he'll basically do a couple lessons here, go back to the SPCA, a couple lessons here, go back to the SPCA, here a little bit longer, here a little bit longer, then boom, he'll stay with us. And training and rehab will start. So when I first went up to the kennel with the dog, he was bouncing off the kennel. I had 2 SPCA trainers with me, and the dog was just bouncing as everybody's seen him in a kennel environment. It's a chaos environment, tremendous amount of dogs in there. All the dogs are going crazy, as you can probably assume and tell. And, you know, walking up and just boom, 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 shaking everything, crazy. So I asked the other trainers that he already knows to leave, go back to the front so I could remove that source if there was any friction, tension, problems, whatever. I don't think there were, but I think he had more of like a, those are my people, who are you? Feed him, feed him, feed him. He was aggressive, but he was taking that food pretty quick. And quick as I gave him probably a handful of food, we immediately opened the kennel up. He was already sitting back. He was following verbal commands of sitting down to get the food. Slip lead, he put his head in it, boom. As soon as a dog does that, you got him, right? Slip lead on, and we went right outside, and then we walked for a good probably 20 minutes, to the point that he was actually exhausted, because he's a overweight dog and he lives in that damn kennel. And he loved it. He was peeing on everything, shit 3 or 4 times, pissing everywhere. He had a great time. So came back in, got him back into the kennel, used a touch stick to get the leash off, because he wasn't real cool with me taking the leash off once we're back in the kennel. But all that is okay. So he's not a dangerous dog by my definition. Doesn't mean he won't bite. He has bitten. He's bitten multiple people. He's bitten multiple kennel stacks. He's bitten multiple trainers. But He's not aggressive. He's not dangerous. So we just got to break it out, figure out communication with the dog, get him set up, get him on tone very quickly, let him understand clicker and food, tone and correction, so he can start making decisions based on his own behavior and based on his own recognition of what we're doing. And then as soon as we advance from that, we'll get him here, expose him to the kennel here, back and forth, and then before you know it, he'll see me as like a source to get out of that kennel and a source of fun and a source of exploration and a source of food. And that'll decrease just a lot of that friction and tension in the beginning. It is a 100-pound Rottweiler. He does. I can't overlook all the bites on his history. I can't overlook all the kennel staff that have been bit. Can't overlook it, but I think it'll be all right. This will be a fun one to watch. After we train this dog, we're going to help rehome it.